Alright, so I wanted to make this video because around this time of year, like, it starts getting colder. A lot of friends come to me and like, Matt, I'm looking to get a new snowboard. You've been snowboarding for a while. What type of board should I get? What size? What everything? There's so much that goes into snowboards. So I just want to get this video up there. Maybe it'll clear some things up for a lot of other people. I have been snowboarding for 9 years. I've done a lot of research, and this is just so it makes it easier for everybody else buying snowboards. First of all, there's a lot to snowboards. You have your basic shapes. I'm going to draw them out for you right now. You have rocker. It's basically shaped like this. This is totally dramatized, but you can get the point from it. And then on top of that, you have the standard camber. It's basically the opposite of rocker. Camber has actually been used for a very long time, like since snowboards were first made. So basically, with these two shapes, camber, you get a lot of pop, you get great edge hold, but there's a couple downsides to it. You don't get as much float and powder, and you don't get as much flex. It's harder to press. It catches up on rails, and it's just personally, for me, it's not as fun. Rocker it's awesome. It's floats and powder, but it doesn't hold as well on ice, and it's super fun to play in the park, and it's not that great for big jumps. I've found like it's not bad for big jumps, but it just takes some getting used to. I mean, different boards, different purposes. They make them both for a reason. And then you have things like zero camber, totally flat right here. And this is actually what's on my board, and I personally love it. You get edge hold, you get pop, you get floatability, you get nice loose ride, you get easy presses, you get everything with zero camber. The last one would be like Gull Wing, Burton Flying V, all those. It's a dual camber. Never Summer uses it, and it's shaped something like this. You got the rocker in the middle, you got camber on the sides. Basically, it gives you the loose ride of a rocker, but you get the pop right here with the camber. You get the pop of a camber board. Not quite, it's not as powerful, but you do get more pop than just the regular rocker. My board, since it's flat, it actually has built-in they call it a pop band. Basically, what it does is it makes it more stiff laterally, but it still keeps the flex torsionally, so you still get that playfulness. You get the not as much edge catch, but you get more pop. You can ollie higher. I'm not saying a board's gonna make you ollie higher, but it'll make it easier to ollie higher. A lot of what type of board you want would be, what style of riding you want to do. If you want powder, maybe you go with a Gull Wing or your camber. Don't go with camber, because that's not gonna be exactly what you want unless you're. I mean, some people like riding camber in backcountry, so if they're doing back sevens over I don't know, these ridiculous 80-footers or whatever, like Travis Rice and them do. But some people don't. Most people don't. I personally like Gull Wing more in powder too. And another thing you want to look into is definitely weight and height. They have sizing charts on all the sites. Mid-flex board if you're riding more all around. Softer flex if you're doing rails, obviously, and a stiffer flex if you just want to haul ass and hit like big ass kickers, and you just want to charge everything and not really just screw around on the side. If you're like one of those guys that just like to go out and all or nothing, go big or go home. I personally like all around type flex. My board's like a soft mid flex right in between. I love it. I'll show you my board right now, and then I'll say some brand recommendations. But this is my board. I would personally ride a Nitro Rogue zero camber 154. I'm 175 pounds and I'm 6'2". This board is a little bit small for me. I'm not gonna lie. It does get sketchy if I take it over 50 miles an hour or so. But I kind of do like those smaller size because it makes it easier to spin around. It makes it more fun in the park on rails, and it just makes it easier to flex. I mean, it's a lot of preference. Notice a lot in this video I say personally. It's because a lot of it is personal preference. But yeah, my board, it's just everything you could want. It floats in powder. It pops. You can haul ass on it, you can do jumps, you can throw those backside sevens. Not that I'm good enough to throw those, but Yeah, I can do two 360s over 40 footers and like front flips, back flips, all that good stuff. I'll do another tutorial on bindings if you guys like this tutorial on what to buy. But bindings are a totally different story. Not gonna get into that. But this board, zero camber, it's awesome. I definitely recommend it. I've ridden gull wings, I've ridden rockers, I've ridden cambers. Zero camber, I definitely recommend. Gull wing would be the other one. I personally I'm not a big fan of like pure rocker because of the lack of edge hold. I'm not a big fan of pure camber because of the lack of playfulness. But personally, I love this and I love gull wing. And a couple brand recommendations I would make are Nitro. 2-year warranty. They're awesome. Great company. This was a replacement for another board I cracked, and they sent me a brand new. This one was worth way more. It's a nicer board than the one I cracked, and so I'm happy with that. Another couple other brands I'd recommend that hold up are like Never Summer. That's for sure. That's like, really they build their shit great. I ride their longboards. I haven't gotten a chance to ride an Never Summer snowboard, but I've seen them ridden, and they're basically shaped the same as Nitro. And we were doing the tree jibs in Jay Peak, Vermont. I'm not from Vermont, but I've been there, and things that should have just like totally like fucked up your board. Like mine didn't come off with any scratches. My friend's Nitro gross out deck didn't come out with like any new scratches, and the Never Summer was like, this kid had an Never Summer, and it like wasn't even he abused the shit out of it, and it just took it, and there was like nothing. I bought him my longboard out on curbs. You can't even see the scratches on the bottom. It's like, I don't know what they do. I don't know what they put in their boards, but those Never Summers come with a 3-year warranty. Those are super nice. I've heard good things about Ride. I don't know. I've never ridden one. I've heard good things about him. I've heard good things about K2. You might want to check that out. Angry Snowboarder. That site, he says that K2s are awesome. He says that Nitros and Never Summer are awesome too, so I'd definitely look into that. A couple other brands I can name off the top of my head that I've never ridden them, never owned one, but based on reviews, they get great reviews, and they're reasonably priced other than LibTech, or I guess Rome can be overpriced. It really just depends on the board, but Rome, LibTech, and Lobster, those seem to be really nice. Lobster does this triple base technology. They're really cool stuff. Haldor, Iki, Helgeson, they're really sick snowboarders, so definitely check that out. Brands I personally would not recommend, I think everybody's going to hate me for this, but I don't recommend Burton. Honestly, they just overprice everything. I mean, look at Burton Vapor. It's like a $1,200 snowboard or something ridiculous. They make great stuff. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've ridden my friend's Forum, like Scallywag, Chili Dog, it was rocker. It was really fun. It was really nice. And that Forum is Burton. So, I don't have a huge problem with them. But you're paying for the brand, you're not paying for the quality. And I've seen so many people just have damaged Burtons that if that happened to my board, I'd be so pissed off. Another brand I wouldn't recommend is 5150. I've seen a chunk about that long and maybe that thin, just along the edge. Somebody fell and their board was just a chunk that big, just ripped right off on a freaking bunny hill. So I would not recommend that brand either. If you guys have any questions, hit me out. Just leave a comment or message me, anything, anything, and I'll help you guys out. And yeah, hopefully this video helped.